ArmdCanadian, who's now putting up an evolution chamber to try and support his units. Got Queen running down there, Zerglings running up to this line of roaches, deciding they can't get in and fleeing with minimal losses. Hydras still being produced at a slow rate here. 4 Mutalisks being produced to add to the 2 now, so the numbers will be even. And those Hydralisks stack too much, they will not be able to do much to those Mutas. Even more Mutas being produced now. We've got 7 in production, 4 just popping out there. So it seems that the greater economy of actually 2 real bases being done here and destroying the destructible rocks over at the high yield, just in case he needs that one as well. And now we've got an actual decent amount of probes, drones here at the expansion for ArmdCanadian, but he built this expansion 13 minutes ago and it's only really now starting to properly produce, and he still doesn't have extractors built for it. He has got an overseer out in the field and he's upgrading groove spines for his hydras, so they will have a range advantage. Zerg melee attack being upgraded, and for Helsbector and a Roach Warren infestation pit going up there, and level 1 missile attacks being upgraded for ArmdCanadian. So both going their separate ways in tech here. And the rocks are gone here, so he can take this expansion when he wants. Still just got massive Zerglings outside of his map, and the Mutas there going in at the top, being chased away it seems by the Hydras, and the combined might of the Queens might have sniped off a few probes from the extractor here it seems, but really the Mutas aren't going to be too effective with these range upgraded Hydras. Spines, he's got 2 evolution chambers, only 1 doing anything. Spines is almost done. Hydras being produced, building some spore crawlers now to protect himself. Mutas coming in here, running into Hydras all over the place. They're finding 3 Hydras just segregated from the main mass here and deciding to pick them off. Going off to this expansion over here, which is relatively unguarded apart from these spore crawlers, which are still building. The drones fleeing for their lives. Spore crawler just popping there. Hydras trying to focus it down, but the 2 spore crawlers are finished now, and the Mutas just fleeing away. I think Helsbector does have control of this map at this time, but unfortunately he's choosing the wrong techs at the moment, so he's unable to really capitalise on this. He's upgrading to a hive as well as building a baneling nest and a couple of infestors now, so really going all over the place with his tech. Now Canadian seems refusing to move out. I'm not sure why he's chosen Zerg. He should probably have chosen Terran if he likes to bunker down like this. Zerg should be more exciting play than this. More spore crawlers going up around his map. Got a hive and got another hatchery taking this high yield expansion around here. Now morphing in some banelings, the infestors hopefully going to pop soon. We've got more mutas up and around the map, going to probably try and come in over here where they're going to find the hydras, which never moved from after chasing him, and a couple of spore crawlers. Excuse me, sorry about that. Yep, more banelings being morphed in here, and they'll be not amazing against the roaches, it has to be said. They'll be able to take out the hydras, but as long as the hydras are staying in ArmdCanadian's base, which he seems fine with doing, he's going to have a speed advantage, as well as the roaches will be up front anyway, so I'm not sure why he's gone banelings. But classic roach hydra attack here from ArmdCanadian, but not really making much of it, just popping more overlords over here. Not doing much with them. Spore crawlers, more roaches being built. Another hatchery. Where? Oh, here he's building another hatchery inside his own base for more production, and a greater spire here for being upgraded for Helsbector. So gonna see some broodlords from that hopefully, and an ultralisk cavern as well. So he's just going all over the tech. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see well, build corruptors. He's building some roaches of his own now. So with his infestors, I'm pretty sure we're going to see every tech unit built by Helsbector in this match. And over at ArmdCanadian's base, that hatchery almost finished over there now. And he's researching spines level 2, it's just started, as well as ground level 1 carapace. And just continuing to mass inside his base, and I do feel that, yeah, Helsbector could have made more of a fight of this. When he hit the back door, he could have hit the front door at the same time. He's got the superior number of units, the superior production, he's got everything in his favour in this map, apart from the fact that ArmdCanadian is just digging in and now building spine crawlers at the bottom of his ramp to just dig in even further. Man, this man is like the most Terran play I've ever seen from a Zerg player. More roaches and spore crawlers being built around as well, and we're seeing the first corruptors in production for
Helsbector now, so hopefully going to see some Broodlords morphing in a sec, and some mutas coming in here, going to run into this spine crawler. Lots of mutas here, able to focus down the spawn crawler. But here, gun the Hydras, managed to kill one, but pretty inconsequential attack. If you ask me, a couple more Hydras here, mutas even chilling out, checking out the scenery, and we've got a couple of Ultralisks in production as well now, yes. And we've got Corruptors up here, not being morphed to Broodlords at this time, even though he can afford it. And just things continuing as normal up at ArmdCanadian's base. Maybe you should send in the Overlords for a bit of scouting, and we've got chitinous plating for the Ultralisks being researched there. And here we've got a large number of Hydras and Roaches moving out here. The Mutalisks at the top here, and these Hydras are now off the creep, so vulnerable. We've got some Zerglings over here. Helsbector just nicely able to organise his force as he has complete map control, able to see everything that ArmdK is doing, popping that Overlord, possibly his first aggressive move in the game. This scouting Zergling at the Zerg watchtower, thinking he can take this, but he can't. Massive Overlords here fleeing, and here comes an Ultralist popping out here. The moving in at the high expansion here, finds the force. And they engage the Ultralist coming in from the side here, and it appears focused down heavily. The Roaches here taking heavy losses on both sides, but the Mutas able to clear things up as the Hydras focus fire down the Ultralists to get them down. But now there is no anti-air for ArmdCanadian, unable to take out these Mutalisks, and I'm pretty sure that's game there and one major engagement. That is a well-deserved victory from Helsbector, as he has been ahead every step of this game, just unable to capitalise at the beginning there, and ArmdCanadian just very heavily dug in here, and producing some Hydras, but lots of Zerglings coming in here, and it's just going to be fair play. I mean, I don't see ArmdCanadian coming back from this one. I mean, if Overlords combat units, then they'd both be alright. I mean, just go down, and if you shit too much creep on one person, that should kill him, but who knows. Just more Hydras being morphed in here, more mutas being produced for Helsbector, unwilling to move in as there are Spine crawlers everywhere and Hydras everywhere, and you can't really do anything about that as he's dug in deeper than a Terran in a hole. I have nothing intelligent to say about that. Just more things here. You just send in the banelings if you ask me, and once these things get off the creep, a fair game for banelings. Send them into these spine crawlers. This Overseer moving out. This small force of Hydra is not going to be able to do any damage really to the kingdom of Helsbector. And these Zerglings just running in here with a bit of baneling support. See, boom, boom. Oh, this baneling's decimating those Hydras. This Hydra's unable to get away off the creep. GG coming from ArmdCanadian there, and he's left the game. So there you go, a ZVZ for you. Apparently very low-grade players, but nevertheless, ArmdCanadian should probably be playing Terran. But well-deserved victory from Helsbector, controlling the game there. And just remember, if you're looking for an EU StarCraft community, do check out Casting the Coalition, link will be in the description. As well as I'm attempting to run a 1v1 tournament myself. Go look for Invex's StarCraft 1v1 tournament thread or something like that in the forums. I might link it here as well. You can sign up for that, which will hopefully take over what I am able to broadcast on my channel instead of just these random games I found on the internet. Thank you, and see you next time.